Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to lecturer and also all the participants. Welcome to our forum, and the hot topic we will discuss for today is the premiership of Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. With me, your Mr. Moderator Ashira Shahira. Today, we will be accompanied by three panel members that is knowledgeable and have some expertise about the topic today. Let me introduce them first. Our first panel, we have Mr. Herdiansha bin Suwardi as the student representatives. He is from UITM branch Kota Kinabalu, taking course the Bachelor of Degree in Public Administration and Policy Studies. Next, we have Mr. Rosman bin Rosli as a school history teacher in SMK Alapura. The third panel is Mr. Ali Fitanto, representing the Parents-Teacher Associations in secondary school. Let's continue for our discussion in this morning. So, my first question for today to the first panel is, what is your opinion about Mahathir's perspectives on Islam?
Thank you, Ms. Moderator. During Dr. Mahathir Mohamad tenure as the Prime Minister of Malaysia, he once declared that Malaysia is an Islamic state. This declaration is the apex of Dr. Mahathir Mohamad resolution to establish an Islamic political economy. However, there are others who believe that this declaration is done in order to get the political support of Malay Muslims. In terms of economic implication toward Islam, he managed to further persuade people to choose Islamic bank, such as Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad. In terms of political implication in Islamic West, Institute Kefahaman Islam Malaysia (IKIM) was established by Dr. Mahathir Mohamad to provide an understanding toward the socio-political of Islam to the public. In addition, International Islamic University Malaysia (IIUM) and University Science Islam Malaysia (USIM) were also established to provide better understanding of the essential of Islamic education from basic level to students in order to lead the Muslim community and develop the development of Islam in Malaysia. Dr. Mahathir Mohamad had declared Malaysia an Islamic state on 20 September 2001 in his speech during the Majlis Perasmian Persidangan Perwakilan ke-30 Parti Gerakan Malaysia. This declaration has caused a lot of confusion, especially to those who still don't understand the definition of Islamic. Before Dr. Mahathir Mohamad declared Malaysia an Islamic state, he has effort to implement various Islamic aspects in the development of the nation. This effort strengthened the perception that Malaysia will be declared as an Islamic state. It starts from the development of Islamic politics and economic in Malaysia in terms of Islamic politics to expand the development of Islam.
Thank you, Mr. Herdi. How about you, Mr. Osman?
Assalamualaikum and very good morning to our lecturer and my fellow friends. So today I would like to share to all of you about the premiership of Tun Mahathir Mohamad for his perspective on Islam. So one of the true visionary of the age, Mahathir Mohamad is revered and feared the world over for his explicit opinions regarding the ideologies of the West. His policies handling of the 1997 Asian financial crisis and the determined efforts to motivate the Muslims and uphold the Ummah in context of the real world have made him a champion among the Asians, particularly the Southeast Asia nation. So his 22 years in power has not only transformed Malaysia into one of the richest nations in Asia, but his efforts to internationalize the country has also put this multicultural and multi-ethnic nation on the map. His capacity to critically analyze the ideologies of the West and counter such ideologies have earned him the title of an outspoken leader. In his endless efforts to serve the Muslim Ummah, he has always tried to convey the fundamental teachings of Islam and emphasize the necessity of a globally united Muslim community. His efforts are multi-phased in the sense that he has condemned the US-led war on Afghanistan and Iraq, called the Muslim countries to embrace modernity, and opened a global conference on July 2003 of Islamic scholars with the aim of countering misconception about Islam. He has also been critical of what he calls the endless war of Europe and its colonies, and is of the opinion that the reaction to the 9/11 attacks is indicated to the return of the old ways of attacking Muslims and their nations, whether they are guilty or not. The discursive construction of the Muslim identity in the public discourse of Mahathir Mohamad may not be so optimistic as Muslims may wish it to be. Sometimes the truth may hurt, but the reality of the situation necessitates the truth to be told. Just like what Dr. Mahathir Mohamad says in his speech, many of you will say, who is he talk about Islam? Not listen to him even if what he says is true and is in accord with Islam. That is your choice, whether you're sin or you're getting married. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will determine. So to overcome the Muslim predicament, it is imperative for Muslims to unite and uphold the resilient identity of the Muslims and practice the true teachings of Islam. He is a realist and hence makes the pertinent observation of that. So we may not be able to unite all the 1.3 billion Muslims. We may not be able to get all the Muslim governments to act in concert. But even if we can get a third of the Ummah and a third of Muslim states to act together, we can already do something.
Thank you for sharing, Mr. Osman. Mr. Alif, what do you think about the Islamic inculcation of Islamic values in administration?
Okay, Assalamualaikum, and my name is Muhammad Alif bin Mujarto. Okay, to answer the question about the premiership of Tun Mahathir Mohamad. Okay, the premiership of Tun Mahathir Mohamad is the inculcation of Islamic value in administration. Okay, it is a policy introduced by the government of Malaysia in 1985 by the Prime Minister Tun Mahathir Mohamad. This policy is a continuation of the Malaysia government's effort, such as establishment of full boarding religious secondary school, international Islamic university, Islamic bank, Islamic insurance and company, and the strengthening of the Islamic Affairs division. Okay, Islam is the religion as enshrined as in Article 3, Clause 1 of the Federal Constitution. Tun stress the value of Islamic in administration to improve the quality of government. Okay, the purpose of Dr. Mahathir Mohamad introducing this target is to form a Malaysia society that is dignified with a strong identity and respected by other communities, to establishing a happy country, eliminate negative attitudes, and carrying out assigned tasks and produce quality service. Based on this objective, it is clear that the policy is not intended to Islamize non-Muslim Malaysia, but actually to cultivate the practice of noble values that can be accepted by all parties and groups, because other religions also emphasize the practice of values such as this. Okay, only 11 of the many Islamic values have been chosen to the basis of this policy. The value is trust, okay, responsibility, sincere and dedication, simple, diligent, clean, discipline, collaborate, noble virtue, and the last one is grateful. Okay, these elements value were chosen because they are elements that can be accepted as the key to success in carrying out affairs of life, especially in the administration of a country. Okay, this policy depends on several factors for its success. This include political will, adequate financial allocation, appropriate and efficient implementation machinery, and the willingness of the target group to accept this policy. If these factors do not exist at once and help each other, it is difficult for him to succeed. But this difficulty should not be used as an excuse to ignore the implementation of this policy. Okay, Instead, a measure must be sought to make it a success. It is a responsibility of every leader at all levels to take the necessary step to implement them, and every individual who is aware of the importance of this value must appreciate them wholeheartedly, in line with responsibility to religion, nation, and race. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So all panels. Now they have given their own opinion about these matters. That's all for our forum for today. I hope we can meet again in other forum and another hot topic to be discussed. Thank you for all participants and panel. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.